So it looks like the Google Pixel 4a is finally on its way. And you know what they say, better late than never, right? So it actually feels like we've been talking about the Google Pixel 4a for a really long time now. And I guess recently within the past week, some people have decoded a secret message in the Google store that kind of points towards August 3rd, finally being the day that Google is going to be releasing the Google Pixel 4a. Finally, after so long, this phone is finally going to see the light of day. Hopefully, again, they decoded this secret message. Hopefully it is in relation to the 4a. We're all kind of just grasping at straws here. But all things being permitted, it looks like August 3rd, we're finally going to get to see what this phone can really do and what it really brings to the table. The question is it too late? Did they wait too long to bring this phone out? Before I answer that question, let me refresh your memory on what the Google Pixel 4a is supposed to bring to that budget mid-range market. First and foremost, it looks like this phone is going to be a one-size-fits-all affair. It doesn't look like they're going to be having a plus variant, at least not right out of the gate. So you're going to be getting one base size of the Google Pixel 4a coming out, and it's looking like $399 is going to be the number. It could be lower, but I doubt it. And I doubt that it will be any higher considering that Google recently nixed the Google Pixel 3a to make room for the 4a. That $399 price spot seems to be exactly what they're shooting for, and I think it's a really nice price point to get this phone at. All that being said, my pockets would not mind a $349 price point. That's a pretty sweet price point as well, and I think it would appeal to a lot of buyers looking for a nice, cheap, affordable phone. Now, it's probably going to be running Android 10, considering that the Android 11 beta is out now, and the final version of Android 11 isn't slated for release until September. So it looks like Android 10 is going to be the number, but I'm sure as soon as Android 11 is released, Google's going to initiate an update. They're really good at updating their Pixel phones really quickly. Now, there even might be a 5G variant, or all the variants that come out before a will be 5G. And this is coming from a leak that they found in some source code for Google search that named a couple of different Google devices. And one of the devices that was named in that search was something that was called Google Pixel 4a 5G. So it looks like either the entire slate of the 4As are going to be 5G, or they're going to be releasing a regular 4G version, and then either later on they'll be releasing a 5G version, or you never know, everything's just going to be debuted on August 3rd. I really think waiting to release a 5G version of this phone, considering how long we've already waited, is a bad idea. So if they're all 5G, great. If there is a 5G variant, I would hope that Google just releases everything on August 3rd. Now, camera-wise, considering that the 3A kept the same basic camera setup as the 3, I'm assuming that the 4A is going to keep the same basic camera setup as the 4 as well. That dual camera setup that we're used to on the 4 should transition and make its way to the 4A as well. Just going by previous history on how they handled the Google Pixel 3A, a lot of that design and a lot of the cameras and a lot of the function that was in the initial phone made its way over to the budget phone. So I'm looking for the same exact kind of transport thing. And if you're not familiar with the Pixel 4's setup, it has a 12.2 megapixel main camera, 16 megapixel telephoto, and an 8 megapixel front facing camera. And with the 5G rumors, we're probably looking at a Snapdragon 765 chipset. This chipset has really been slated to be kind of the budget, affordable, inexpensive, cost-effective way to get phones 5G. So it would make sense that they put this chipset in the 4A, keeping the price as low as possible while still giving you the ability to have a 5G capable phone. So it makes sense from a consumer standpoint for connectability, and it also makes sense from Google's standpoint to make sure they're saving as much money as possible and being able to charge as little as possible for this phone. But that really brings us back to the main question at hand at the beginning of the video. Is it too late for the Google Pixel 4a? Did they wait too long to release this phone? And the answer to that question obviously is no. It definitely isn't. The mid-range to budget line is about to blow up. People now realize that they don't need to spend $1,000 for a phone to get all the capable features and functions that they're looking for, and no one wants to spend that much money on phones anymore. It's just this mid-range to budget line now seems to be where everybody's sweet spot is. And I think a lot of companies are starting to target that market just a little bit more aggressively. But the Google Pixel 4a, coming off the success of the 3a, seems to be right in that position that's poised to take advantage of all the people looking for a budget smartphone. But it's not without its competition. You have phones like the Apple iPhone SE, that's $399, and you also have Samsung in that budget mid-range and Motorola. So it definitely has its work cut out for it. It's not going to be an easy win. But again, I think riding high off the Pixel 3a, that was such a big hit to consumers and critics alike, if critics matter, it definitely seems like the 4a is going to be poised to take advantage of it. Now, it's going to take a little bit of PR and it's going to take a little bit of advertising from Google to let people know that this phone still exists. Because I think a lot of people have moved on or started looking in other places for phones because they just, again, took so long to come out. But with, you know, the global pandemic and everything that's going on, it's understandable that they really just took their time with releasing this phone. But if Google does everything right, this phone can actually be a hit in this crazy ass 2020 we've been having. But it's all a wait and see thing. But what do you guys think? Is Google too late to the party? If you were somebody that was looking forward to the Pixel 4a, have you moved on? Have you looked in other areas? Or are you still patiently waiting for Google to unveil this phone so you can make a better buying decision? Go ahead and comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what you think. And while you're down there, you know what to do. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that like button. It lets YouTube know that this was a good and fun video for you to watch. And hitting that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel lets us know that this was a good and fun video for you to watch. With that bell for notification, that bell's actually pretty important because it's the only way you guys are going to know when we release some cool, helpful content like this one. Until next time, guys, check out this video here. It's a video we did about the new Samsung Galaxy Note that's coming out that I suggest that no one buys. You can check out that video here, and this is something that YouTube believes you enjoy watching. Guys, thank you so much for checking out the video, and as always, make sure to stay safe out there, and until I see you next time, peace out.